Good morning. Today we'll start with basics of heat transfer. The topic which we'll discuss is convection. Convection is the mode of energy transfer between solid surface and the adjacent liquid or gas that is in motion. It involves a combined effect of conduction and fluid motion. The faster the fluid motion, the greater the convection heat transfer. In the absence of any bulk fluid motion, heat transfer between a solid surface and the adjacent fluid is by pure conduction. So consider the cooling hot of a hot block by blowing cool air over its top surface. Energy is first transferred to the air layer adjusted to the block, which is adjusted to the block by the conduction. So this energy is then carried by air from this surface by convection. So by combined effect of conduction within the air, that is due to the random motion of air molecules, and the bulk and macroscopic motion of the air, that removes the heated air near the surface and replace it by the cooler air. So the convection is called a forced convection. If a fluid is forced to flow over the surface by external means such as a fan, pump or a wind. In contrast, convection is called natural convection. In this case, if the fluid motion is caused by buoyancy force that are induced by density difference due to the variation of the temperature within the fluid. Despite the complexity of convection, the rate of convection heat transfer is observed to be proportional to temperature difference and is conveniently expressed in Newton's law of cooling. So convection heat transfer is equal to H, which is convection heat transfer coefficient, area of surface, Ts is the temperature of surface, and T is the temperature of the environment. The H is which is heat transfer coefficient is not a property of fluid. It is experimentally determined parameter whose value depends on all variables in freezing convection such as the surface geometry, the nature of the fluid motion, the properties of fluid, and the bulk fluid velocity. This table 1.5 shows the value for convection. Free convection of gases 2 to 25, free convection of liquid 10 to 1000, forced convection of gases 25 to 250, forced convection of liquids between 50 and 20,000, boiling and condension, which is the highest in this case. Radiation. Radiation is the energy emitted by matter in the form of electromagnetic wave or photons as a result of changes in the electronic configuration of atoms or molecules. Unlike conduction and convection, the transfer of energy by radiation does not require the presence of any medium. Means you can see the sunlight which is transferred through the vacuum to the earth. So in fact, energy transfer by radiation is fastest at the speed of light and it suffers no attenuation in a vacuum. This is how energy of sun reaches the earth. So in heat transfer studies, we are interested in thermal radiation, which is the form of radiation emitted by bodies because of their temperature difference. It differs from other forms of electromagnetic radiation such as X-rays, gamma rays, microwaves, radio waves and television waves that are not related to temperature. All bodies at a temperature above absolute zero emit thermal radiation. So radiation is a volumetric phenomena and all solids, liquid and gases emit, absorb or transmit radiation to varying degrees. However, radiation is usually considered to be surface phenomena for solids that are opaque to thermal radiation such as metals, wood and rocks, since the radiation emitted by the interior regions of such material can never reach the surface and the radiation incident on such bodies is usually absorbed within a few microns from the surface. The maximum rate of radiation that can be emitted from a surface at an absolute temperature Ts is given by Stephen Boltzmann law, which is Q emitted is equal to sigma As T raised to power 4, where sigma is your Stephen Boltzmann constant. The idealized surface that emits radiation at this maximum rate is called a black body, and the radiation emitted by a black body is called black body radiation. The radiation emitted by a real surface is less than radiation emitted by a black body at the same temperature and is expressed by, so we will multiply this expression by emissivity. Emissivity lies between 0 and 1 for most of the surfaces. If emissivity is 1, it is called black body. In that case, the heat transfer becomes equal to Stephen Boltzmann constant into T raised to power 4, because here emissivity is 1. So this table shows the emissivity of the different materials. Another important radiation property of surface is absorptivity alpha, which is the fraction of radiation energy incident on a surface that is absorbed by the surface. Like emissivity, its value is in the range of 0 and 1. A black body absorbs the entire radiation incident on it. That is, a black body is a perfect absorber, alpha is equal to 1, as it is a perfect emitter. So this Q incident is the amount of radiation which is incident on this surface. Q absorbed, which is equal to alpha into Q incident, where alpha is the absorptivity of the surface and part of radiation is reflected back, which is 1 minus alpha into Q incident. The difference between the rates of radiation emitted by the surface and the radiation absorbed is the net radiation heat transfer. If the rate of radiation absorption is greater than the rate of radiation emission, the surface is said to be gaining energy by radiation. Otherwise, the surface is said to be losing energy by radiation. In general, the determination of the net rate of heat transfer by radiation between two surfaces is a complicated matter, since it depends on the properties of the surface, their orientation related to each other, and the interaction of the medium between the surface within radiation. So when a surface of emissivity E and surface area AS at an absolute temperature Ts is completely enclosed by a much larger surface at absolute temperature T surrounding, separated by a gas such as air that does not interfere with radiation, the net rate of radiation heat transfer between these two surfaces is given by emissivity, Stephen-Boltzmann constant, area of this surface multiplied by surface temperature raised to power 4 minus surrounding temperature raised to power 4. While in this case we haven't considered the surrounding air environment. So radiation heat transfer to or from a surface surrounded by gas such as air occurs parallel to conduction, means through this plate conduction is also going on, convection is also going on. If there is a bulk movement of the air through from this surface, the convection also takes place. Thus, the total heat transfer is determined by adding the contributions of both heat transfer mechanisms, means conduction and convection. For simplicity and convenience, this is often done by defining combined heat transfer coefficient, which is H combined. So Q total is equal to H combined into area of surface into Ts minus T infinity. So this combined heat transfer coefficient is essentially a convection heat transfer coefficient modified to include the effects of radiation. Simultaneous heat transfer mechanisms. We mentioned that there are three mechanisms of heat transfer, but not all three can coexist simultaneously in a medium. For example, heat transfer is only by conduction in opaque solids. You can see here, this is opaque solids. So there is only conduction is possible. Thus a solid may involve conduction and radiation, but not convection. Within solid, conduction and convection is possible, but not radiation. Or you can say at the surface of solid, convection and radiation both are possible when it is subjected to the environment which is fluid, say air here. So in case of gas, heat transfer is by two methods, that is by radiation and conduction or convection. In case of vacuum, there is only one mode of heat transfer, that is the radiation. Take example of rock. Rock will warm up in the warmer environment as a result of heat gain by convection from the air and radiation. But the inner surface of the rock will warm up by heat which is transferred to the inner region of rock by conduction only. Heating of a plate by solar radiation. So a thin metal plate is insulated on the back side and exposed to the solar radiation at the front face. The exposed area surface of the plate has an absorptivity of 0.6. If solar radiation is incident on the plate at a rate of 700 watt per meter square and the surrounding air temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, find the surface temperature of the plate when the heat loss by convection and radiation equal to the solar energy absorbed by the plate. So assuming combined convection and radiation heat transfer coefficient to be 50 watt per meter square degree Celsius. So radiation will be absorbed by this plate, and due to this radiation absorption, its temperature will rise, and after the increase in temperature, the heat will start to flow from this plate to the environment. Now in this case, radiation absorbed from the solar radiation is equal to the heat lost in the form of convection and radiation by this plate. So energy gained by solar radiation is equal to energy lost. So this is energy gained, that is alpha, area of the plate into incident solar, that is 700 watt per meter square. This must be equal to the convection and radiation combined coefficient into a surface area of the plate into temperature of surface minus temperature of the air. Area will cancel out, and on solving and rearranging you will get it is 33.4 degrees Celsius. So means the heat loss from this plate will prevent from the surface temperature to rise above 33.4 degrees Celsius, means this plate temperature won't rise beyond this value. So this is up to here. Like this video, subscribe this channel, and thank you for watching this video.